Welcome to this pre-concert talk, Music for All Time, celebrating Johann Sebastian Bach. My name is Sam Armstrong, trombonist with the Singapore Symphony Orchestra. A famous work of art carries its name far and wide. For Brandenburg in Germany, the music-loving Margrave, Christian Ludwig, younger brother of King Frederick I of Prussia, is best remembered today as the recipient of the Brandenburg Concertos, to whom Bach dedicated in 1721. The 6 Brandenburg Concertos represent the pinnacles of Baroque music. The composers of the period experimented with new ways of playing and combining instruments, eventually giving rise to the modern orchestra. The music they wrote is intricate, with multiple lines of independent melody generating rich textures and harmonies. The 3rd Brandenburg Concerto begins exactly like that, with noble grandeur and exuberance. The dynamism of its music carries weight and momentum with equal aplomb. Its form is that of the Italian Concerto Grosso, which features a group of soloists rather than a single player. In fact, it might as well be a concerto for 9 solo strings. Such are the demands required of the 3 violins, 3 violas, and 3 cellos, supported by the basso continuo. The work is in 2 fast movements, the first of which Bach did not indicate a tempo marking, but is often played allegro, as indicated here. They are separated by an adagio of 1 bar consisting of just 2 thoughtful chords in E minor. A brief moment of repose inviting you to savor what has gone on before and what is about to come. In many performances today, it has become customary for the orchestra to improvise a passage of varying length for this movement, as Bach would have intended. This role is often led by the harpsichordist, as you will see in our performance featuring Shane Theo. Next up on the program are 2 orchestral suites, number 1 in C major and number 3 in D major. In today's musical terms, the suite is usually associated with a collection of pieces which share a common theme or program, curated by the composer from a full ballet, theater production, or even film score. The origin of the form for each movement goes back as far as the 14th century, its development culminating in France. These dances were themselves part of the colorful history of French opera ballet, popular in the 18th century. As the term suggests, dance was a vital ingredient to French Baroque lyric theater, a tradition that continued into opera of the Romantic period, and one could say even as far as the musicals of today. Bach famously wrote a cantata practically every week in his role as director of church music in Leipzig from 1723, ultimately composing some 300 in total. It was, as you can imagine, a most serious role. He was not paid to write secular music, but during this period, the French suite was extremely popular in Europe, with its catchy rhythms, harmonic richness, lyric lilt, and noble air. Perfect for courtly entertainment and auditions. Still, no one knows exactly where or why Bach wrote his 4 orchestral suites. The oldest known scores date from around the 1720s to the 1730s. Alongside the Italian-style Brandenburg Concertos, these suites stand as the most celebrated examples of their kind. The Orchestral Suite number 1 begins with a majestic overture of unmistakably French flavor. Its scoring for 2 oboes, strings, and basso continuo make it the most traditional of the 4. All its individual numbers are quintessentially French, with the exception of the sprightly forlane of Italian origin. Even if the first orchestral suite isn't as famous as the second or the third, it is still filled with music of immediate flavor and perfumed flair. The heady flow of the courant, a pair of bouncy gavottes, the courtly minuets, or the pastoral sweet air of the passe-pied. Speaking of airs, even among Bach's most famous tunes, one stands out among them all, the air on the G string. This nickname comes from an arrangement by 19th century violinist August Wilhelm, which allowed the violin to play it entirely on the G string. The air is one of the few movements in the 4 orchestral suites that is not a dance form. Its special place in all music history is also marked by how different the rest of the third suite is. The Orchestral Suite No. 3 begins with a majestic overture of great pomp and drama, scored for trumpet, oboe, strings, timpani, and basso continuo. Even the normally dainty gavotte of the third movement or the lively gigue of the conclusion are served by the magnificent heralding of trumpet and timpani, infusing them with energy and swagger. The air, though, involves only the strings. The tune needs no introduction. The word air comes from the Italian word aria, or air in French, referring to a song-like composition. And that is the nature of this wordless and sublime jewel. It is a moment of timeless peace amongst the grandiose dances of its companion movements, seemingly detached from any specific period or style of music. Such is its transcendent beauty. Truly, music worthy of all time. Please enjoy this performance, and I look forward to seeing you soon from the concert stage.